Hey everyone, today we're going to take a look at isolved's onboarding and offboarding tool. We will show you how we can streamline and automate the onboarding process by providing employees an easy to use and simple onboarding experience. And also, we will cover how we can automate and streamline HR workflows for both onboarding and offboarding. So let's jump in and take a look. So what you're seeing on my screen right now, this is going to be the onboarding tool from the new hires perspective. So through isolved onboarding, when it's time to bring a new hire into the organization, the HR team will be able to automatically send out an email that will go directly to the new hire. And inside of that email is a link that's embedded. And when that new hire clicks that link, that is what will bring them directly into the onboarding tool. So from here, when the new hire comes in, they're going to land on this welcome page. All of this can be configured by the client. So they can create any sort of welcome message that they would like. And then down below is where you can see the different documents that we can attach. So think about handbooks, policies, anything you need to capture a signature on or a form that you need them to complete. All of those can be attached here. When the new hire is ready, they'll hit start onboarding. And that's what's going to take them through step by step a wizard where they're going to go through and complete all of their basic information. So think about capturing their contact information, such as emergency contacts, dependents, or beneficiaries, or even how they want to receive their paycheck. If they have a checking account, a savings account, or even pay cards, they can add in this information in here. And then, of course, we're going to capture all of the tax forms, everyone's favorite part of onboarding, right? So here at isolved, we actually have our own tax engine built into the solution. So what that means is based off of the information that the new hire enters in, that is what will drive which tax forms they need to complete electronically. So in the example you're seeing today, my new hire is located in North Carolina. So that is why it's populating the federal W-4 form and North Carolina state form. So of course, this will look a little bit different from client to client, just based off of the states that they're operating in. Outside of the tax forms, we're also going to collect the I-9 information. So the new hires will walk through and complete everything from the employee side of the I-9. Once we complete onboarding and then we go into the employer side, that's when the employer will have the opportunity to complete their portion of the I-9. And keep in mind, for any employers out there that are required to submit their I-9s to E-Verify, we already have that direct connection set up for them. We'll also capture information such as the WOTC, also known as Work Opportunity Tax Credit Program. So new hires will go through and complete the WOTC questionnaire. And then we can also capture anything else miscellaneous, such as certifications. So if they need to track licenses, anything with an expiration date, for example, this is a great place where we can capture that information and then ask for supporting documents. So if you need to ask employees to upload copies of their driver's license, IDs, certifications, anything along those lines, this is a great place where new hires can upload that information. Once everything's been completed, they would then be allowed to hit submit. And remember, the onboarding tool is something that a new hire can access from anywhere. So if they only have a phone or a tablet at home, this is something that they can do all from their phone sitting at home before the first day on the job. So now that we've talked about onboarding a little bit more from the new hire perspective, let's talk a little bit more from the HR side. So what I'm showing you on my screen right now, this is isolved from the HR perspective, the super user, the administrator. So when they want to have an overview of where their new hires stand with completing their onboarding, they can simply come into pending employees, and this is where they'll see where their employees stand with completing everything electronically. Notice up at the top, Rachel Jordan, that says assign to me. What this is telling me is that Rachel has completed all of her onboarding. She hit submit, and now it's my turn to come in as the HR team to complete the remaining pieces of information. So from here, the employer can come in and simply verify all of the remaining pieces that need to be completed, such as the I-9. So remember a few minutes ago how we've talked about when employees go through and complete their portion of the I-9, this is where the employer will go to complete their side. Once both parties have completed this form and they need to have this go to E-Verify, we'll have that direct connection set up. So the employer will have a checklist of all of the different items that they'll need to confirm or complete. Then they can also run a data audit at the end of their onboarding. And once they've verified everything's been complete, then they would hit save. And that's it. So again, we're creating a very streamlined process, not only just for the employees, but also for the employer as well. And once they hit save, now that person is inside of iSolved. So they will be part of all of the different aspects of the platform. So we just talked a little bit about onboarding and how we can have new hires join the organization. But how does this work from an offboarding perspective when it comes to terminated employees? So, very similar to onboarding, where we can set up workflows and have different individuals be part of that onboarding process, we can do the same thing when it comes to offboarding and terminations. So all clients get to decide who's going to be part of the workflow, but essentially the employer will be able to come in and walk through a step-by-step wizard to complete everything that they need to capture when they know that somebody will be leaving the organization. So, of course, collecting all of the company assets that they might have handed out to the employee on their first day on the job, how they want to handle any stop dates when it comes down to benefit plans that were being offered to the employee, and the same thing will go for leave accrual. So, how do they want to handle any remaining balances on vacation plans? Do they pay those out? Do they reset it to zero? How do they want to handle any sort of accrual plans? And again, very similar to onboarding, they will also have an opportunity to run an audit to ensure that everything was completed with offboarding. And once they've hit save, that person would be successfully offboarded or terminated inside of the iSolve platform. So, as a wrap up, we covered how we can streamline the onboarding process for employees by providing the appropriate tax forms and I-9s. We also discussed how we can automate HR workflows by providing automated data flows into payroll, time, and even HR, and provide the employers with a streamlined offboarding process as well.